I'm Justisa, and today we'll continue to talk about the witch trials in Sweden. Last week I told you about the witch trials of Kirseberget that took place in a Danish Malmö. But today I will tell you about the largest witch hunt in Sweden, the Great Uproar. Between 1668 and 1676, there was a mass hysteria and about 300 people were executed for witchcraft. It all started in Härjedalen when Gertrud Svensdotter accused Märet Jonsdotter of witchcraft, and this led to the witch trials in Mora. Here the rumors of children being kidnapped and baptized into the devil's service started. These rumors spread to all the nearby villages and scared the people. Everyone who was already accused was now also accused of devil worshipping. Throughout the country, these rumors spread from church to church, and the parents got anxious and afraid. They demanded that their churches investigate these rumors to protect their children. Unlike the witch trials in Malmö, these were all about the devil and worshipping him. The only law the Swedish court based their trials around was a Bible verse that was in the appendix of the law book. The verse was Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. The process mostly followed the same pattern. Accused of devil worshipping or kidnapping children, giving them to the devil, they were then arrested and went to trial. Side note, in my last video I told you that torture was frequently used in trials under Danish witchcraft law, but not in Sweden. Not as much at least. There were actually no laws or rules on how and when you should use torture, so they used it when they felt like it. It was mostly at random. If they were found to be guilty, they were executed. During the trials, it was common for the accused to be told to expose more witches. Some hoped that it would save their lives. Most that already were under suspicion of being witches was usually accused of being one. But as the trials went on, more and more people were accused. And in the end, anyone could have been accused of being a witch. Mostly it was children who started the accusations. Bigger children without homes or parents. They got food and shelter from the worried parents of the village, and they got them to accuse people. Sometimes they even said that they had been kidnapped and got away, and that was how they knew who was a witch and who was not. What happened to the accused? In the beginning, there were many on trial, but not all of them were executed. If they confessed, they could get a punishment instead. And it could be anything from being whipped to run the gauntlet, or servitude to the church. Unlike the rest of Europe, Sweden didn't really burn people alive in this witch trial. Most of them were beheaded and then publicly burned. There's actually just one known case of a woman being burned alive in this trial, and that is Malin Matsdotter. She was accused of her own daughters, and after several failed interrogations and tests of Christian knowledge, she was burned alive. 1669, a witchcraft commission was put in place to get a hold of the trials. And in 1677, the witchcraft commission stated through the vicars that all the evil and the witches had been driven out of the country. The trials simmered down already in 1676, when most of the courts dismissed any accusation of witchcraft. And the conviction of witchcraft ended in 1704. The last person in Sweden to be executed for witchcraft was Anna Eriksdotter. And the last legal trial of witchcraft took place in 1757. But it wasn't until 1779 that the death sentence for witchcraft was abolished. It was still punishable, but not with execution. But during this mass hysteria that was the Great Uproar, 300 people were killed. Most of them were probably innocent, but they were executed anyways. 8 years, 300 people. in total, of all the witch trials that took place in Sweden, about 400 to 500 people were executed between the years of 1492 and 1704. There was actually a picture drawn in Germany after the witch trials in Mora that spread worldwide. In it, witches and devils are depicted and the witch burnings. Apparently, this drawing had a great impact on the Salem witch trials, even though it isn't a true depiction of how the Swedish trials went on, because they didn't burn their witches alive. That was all on the Great Uproar. I hope you found it interesting and feel like you learned. That was all I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I will take a break from these types of videos next week. There will still be a video, but not this type of video. But my next series, Christmas Folklore, will start on December 4th. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell so you don't miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care of each other and yourselves, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Throughout the country, these rumors just there's gonna be a lot of ch noise right now, noises now, and my mouth can obviously not handle that. Apparently, obviously, I don't know. I knew it. A small one, but still, I knew it. I could feel it. Most that already were under just a suspicion. That went great. Several failed interrogations. 1669. Oh, I can't see her smiling. Fuck. This is a serious topic. Oh my god. I'm not laughing at this. I'm laughing at myself because I can't talk. I can't speak correctly. Maybe I should do the rest of the video like this. No, I can't do that. But during this mice, I don't like mice. Like corn mice in Swedish, not mice as in möss.